Hey guys, this is Anthony with Training with AJ, and today I'm going to discuss option of joining the military or going to college. So join me. Now, I have had many parents ask me if their son or daughter should join the military or if they should go to college. Well, again, I'm not going to have the right answer, yes or no, and I can only speak from my own personal experience. You know, when I was 17, I graduated from high school, and I knew at that time there's just no way I was able to concentrate on going to school. You know, you've been in school for 12 years, and you just kind of want to get done with it, at least for me. So, you know, it just wasn't for me at that point in time. So I decided midway through my senior year in high school to join the Navy. You know, I had the Marine Corps recruiter calling my house all the time, and I was just like, hell no, hang up on the phone. But as time got closer to, you know, I need to make a decision. I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I didn't want to be a burden on my parents' lives. I figured, you know, hey, you know what, I'm graduating from high school. I need to kind of be able to stand on my own 2 feet. So I decided to join the Navy. The Navy recruiter called my house, and, you know, like a dummy, I you know, fell for the, oh, come on in, I'll buy you lunch. So went in, saw him after school one day, and you know, 2 hours later, I'm signing papers, and you know, at the time, because I was 17, I had to have the recruiter come to my house, meet my parents, and my parents had to sign for me, so to speak, because I was under the age of majority, which they happily did. And all of a sudden, you know, August 7th, 1990, I'm sitting at boot camp. And I'll tell you, boot camp was not anything that I was expecting. Meaning, I thought it was going to be a lot harder. I was expecting it to be more challenging, and it wasn't. So that was kind of a disappointment in my eyes. I had a certain image of the military. I thought it was going to be like, you know, climbing ropes, doing the obstacle course, things like that, and you know, it was nothing like that at all. A lot of marching around. Didn't even handle any type of rifles or anything like that. Yeah, so it was kind of disappointing. So my mind changed, however, once I you know, finished A school, which is kind of your specialty, what your job's going to be, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting at Camp Pendleton with Marines wearing, you know, camis. And I was thinking, my first thought in my head was, wait, I'm a sailor. What the hell am I doing in camis? Well, if you read in, you know, your little job description, small line, and you know, underneath your course description or your job description, it says maybe deployed with Marines, because I was a hospital corpsman, and that's where I spent most of my 20 years is with the Marines, and loved it. You know, it was everything that I thought it was going to be, and more. So I loved having the opportunities, serving with the Marines. Met some of the smartest people I've ever met in being a grunt, you know, infantryman. And I'm thinking to myself, why aren't you in college? And, you know, talking to some of those Marines, they're like, you know what, I just wasn't ready yet, or, you know, I couldn't afford it, and so they decided to join the military, so they were able to use the GI Bill. So kind of going back to the topic of, you know, go in the military or go to college. Well, you know, it's a great opportunity for people that may be economically challenged, so to speak, to join the military, learn a skill set, and, you know, save money for college. Now, at the time when I joined, they had the Montgomery GI Bill. Now they have the post 9/11 GI Bill, which is even better. And, you know, you can find out more about it. Just Google, you know, post 9/11 GI Bill, and it'll give you all the details. And while I was in the military, I earned college credits. You're able to receive college credit for just graduating boot camp. And boot camp isn't really that hard. Now I can only speak from the Navy perspective. I have seen Marine Corps boot camp, and, you know, as long as you know, you can mentally tough it out, you know, they will build you to the person that they want you to be. You know, they want you to be that Marine. They want you to be that soldier, airman, or sailor. So All you gotta do is just follow the rules, and you don't really even have to think. As long as you just do as you're told, keep your mouth shut and just do as you're told, you'll survive. And remember, the key thing is they're not going to do anything that's going to kill you. So they can't do that. Even though it may feel like it sometimes, but they can't. And it's challenging. And the thing is you may not understand it at the time, why you're doing the things you're doing, but there is a reason for everything. And after you go through, you'll get it. And, when I came home after, my first couple deployments, ran into some of my friends from high school, they decided to go to college. My stories were way better than their stories. Yeah, they talked about their college parties and things like that, but I was able to tell my friends of, all the different places in the world I've been to, having the opportunity to work on $1 million, pieces of equipment, having the opportunity to drive, $1 million pieces of equipment, fire and shoot $1 million pieces of equipment, just do things that you could never ever do in college. But while I was on active duty, I earned college credits as well as took college classes. And they have a thing called tuition assistance. So if you are looking to pursue a degree program, you're able to do so. And I was able to pursue my degree and just, covering my journal, get all my journal subjects taken care of with tuition assistance. I essentially took one class every quarter or so. Took a long break in between, but before I retired, my goal was to finish up I wanted my degree in business management. So I got my bachelor's in business management about 6 months before I retired. Now, yes, it took me 20 years to get a 4-year degree. However, the things that I learned as I was coming up through the ranks, I would say it is worth a master's degree program. Working with the upper echelon in the chain of command, working logistics, planning, and executing those orders. It's really not that much different than in the business world. It just, we're not using guns, obviously, in the business world. But the tactics and the mindset is still the same. You still got to plan. You still got to execute. And then after I got, after I retired, I decided, what, I have my post 9/11 GI Bill, which I converted my Montgomery GI Bill to post 9/11 GI Bill, and I was able to pursue a second degree. I decided, I took about a year off after I retired, and then worked on, decided to go for a second degree. And I pursued my second degree in criminal justice. Not that I'll ever use it. I'm not going to be a lawyer. I'm not going to be a police officer or anything like that. But it's just one of those things that I thought, it'd be great to know the justice system, especially in my line of work. It has come in very handy teaching my concealed carry training courses to law-abiding citizens. So it has, I was able to use it. So is college for everybody? No, and I don't believe that college is for everybody. And every time I hear, turn on the news and watch the news, and they're saying free college, that's the new thing now, free college for everybody. Well, I know that most of you out there know that nothing in this world is free. Okay, it's being paid for by somebody, by the taxpayers. So it may not cost that individual something, but it's going to cost you and I something to educate that individual. And more importantly, there's no incentive. So what is the, my question would be like, what is the, repercussions if you enroll in a college course and the taxpayers are paying for it, and, you fail the class or you don't show up for class? So, is the taxpayers out of that money and we don't get anything for it? Or, what if, students are getting degrees in, philosophy. And there's nothing wrong with philosophy. I'm just saying, is that going to get them a job that's going to necessarily, make society better? And, that's another discussion. So, I have some concerns with anything when they say free. Now, some people might be out there say, well, you got free college. And yeah, I mean, technically you're right. I did receive free college, but the difference is, and I think many military folks out there will agree with me, and you know, is that you had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice. I could have sacrificed 4 years of my life, but I decided to sacrifice 20 years of my life to be able to get that benefit. In return, the taxpayers are getting something for that. Security of the nation, as well as I may be taking care of your son or daughter at the command, or out in the field, or overseas. I mean, you're getting something for that education. It's not just being handed to you, so you have to earn it. And not just that, as I was using tuition assistance while I was on active duty, I had to maintain a C average or above, or else I'd have to pay out of my own pocket. So there's the repercussion if you don't study hard enough, or if I don't get the grade, the minimum grade required. So, I think there's a lot of great opportunities in the military, but I don't believe that the military is for everybody. You just have to seek out what's best for you, and it's an option. It definitely is an option. I have seen a lot of college graduates, with a bachelor's degree, join the military, because the job market just wasn't open to what they got their degree in, or it's just hard to find a job. And right now it's even to get a job, to be qualified for a job, it seems like you need a master's degree, because everybody and their mother is getting their bachelor's degree, which is great. I mean, we have a highly educated workforce, but if no one's hiring, that young man or woman working at Starbucks that's got a 4-year degree isn't really doing much with their degree program. So, in closing, is the military for you or for your kid? It may be. You have to do some research. You have to ask yourself some questions. Or is college the best route to go? A couple things you can look at. I would say, you can start earning money, learn a trade, earn benefits so you can get college, and then, work in the regular workforce. There's I think it's great that if you choose to serve your country, serve your community, it's a great option, and it makes you learn responsibility. At least it did for me. And I think any 18-year-old needs that, learn responsibility, be able to stand on your own 2 feet, and do some type of community service. And if you don't like the military, okay, that's fine. But look for a way to help enhance our society. And if it's through military service or through some other service, great, do that. College may be for you, but I tell you, college isn't for everybody. That's why we're low on machinists. We need machinists. And trade schools, gosh, I know a lot of machinists that are they're making really good money because there's not enough of them. And so I've been actually thinking about maybe I should just go to a trade school and learn that skill set as a backup. So look at your options and figure out what's best for you and what may be best for your child that's getting ready to join society as an adult. So until next time, guys, again, this is just my humble opinion. I can only speak from my own personal experiences. You may differ, and if you do, post it down at the bottom. I love having conversation with the viewers. If you agree, disagree, or if you have other suggestions, I look forward to reading them and responding back. So again, stay safe. This is Anthony with Training with AJ. Remember, your safety is your personal responsibility.